So Peter, we did the case study with Val Bakery in Germany with Solstice L40X. Why did you choose that refrigerant?
Bakery File came to us in 2016 because we were busy building a new plant for the facility. And they asked us for an eco-efficient solution. So we had a couple of options on the table. Amongst it was the L40X of Honeywell. And Bakery File saw quickly the advantages in the low cost of the installation and the low operating cost compared to the CO2 transcritical systems. So for the Bakery File was a quick solution.
Another important question is when we talk about L40X is the A12 classification. How do you manage it?
That's right. That's quite experience. We work close together with the German certified body, TÜV, the TÜV Süd was it in this case, and the TÜV Nord as well, and Energy Consult Holland also. And together we looked how we implement the requirements there for the A2L class. We decided in the Bakery File to place the condensing units, compressors and the condensers outside to avoid the ATEX class inside the machinery room. But other than that, we divided 16 cooling circuits. We have 16 cooling circuits there with a total of 320 kilowatts of power. And we did this because to lower the refrigerant charge in each circuit. So that went perfect actually.
To minimize the risk actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So Peter, now we talked about the A2L, the classification. Another important topic is the glide, the temperature glide and evaporator. We know that 455 has a glide. How do you manage that?
Well, for the fourth project File Bakery, we designed the evaporators and the condensers together with Gunther. We sit together and see what we can do about that. We do use electronic valves on all the evaporators, so that keeps us to have a small delta T over the evaporator over the whole temperature range. And then you have the humidity in the room is a big issue where we deal with unpackaged dough. And make the evaporator oversized and have the delta T's as small as possible, what you can do. And then that is no problem at all. So in the end, the big glide is not a problem at all.
So we talk a bit about the difficulties of 45 or the challenges. What other advantages do you see on the 455? Of course, it has a low GWP and it has excellent thermodynamical properties.
Yes, because of the low GWP of 148, I managed to stay with Bakery File with 16 cooling circuits under the 5 tons emission. So 14 installations there, cooling circuits, do not need a leakage test. 2 of them they do once a year. So I reduced the leakage test a lot. So it's a cost reduction for the Bakery File. The other advantages, if you have a country where there's a GWP tax on the refrigerant, like in Spain, it's an eye-opener for customers that they can use this new refrigerant, stays under the threshold of 150 for the tax threshold, so they don't have to pay tax on the new refrigerant, and this is also very important, I think.
Yes.
Well, also cost reduction in the end.
It's a combination.
My customers, they ask always for a long-term solution for refrigerant. So there is not much alternative for what I can use for deep freezing. It's either it's CO2 or this new refrigerant, the LX40. With this GWP of 148, we stay well below the limit of the European Union of 150. So We think that for the future this will be the gas for the bakery industry, next to the CO2 of course.
As a long-term solution.
Yes,
Yeah.
it always is about a long-term solution because the customers do not want to switch refrigerants. It's unnecessary.
So Peter, now you have the experience with some running projects with the L40X. How it's working and how do you see the future? Do you also have future projects with 455?
Yes, and if I started in 2018, we started the bakery fire up in June, and in July we started up the Grower Bakery in Dortmund, Germany. Both are in Germany, and they started up very well, and they had a really hot summer, so we had a good test case. So we had a couple of days over 40 degrees, and there was no problem at all. So everything worked like a charm. So customers are really happy. We are really happy. So we decided to use this new refrigerant in all the installations as much as possible, where it is possible. So we have a lot of projects in 2019 already with the R-455A.
Yeah.
R-455A.